The fall of Sean Diddy Combs began long before the final gavel struck on October 3, 2025. But that day marked a definitive turning point, the moment a music mogul was sentenced to 50 months in federal prison for transporting women across state lines for prostitution. Now here's how the trial unfolded and opened in May 2025 in a Manhattan federal courtroom, drawing intense media scrutiny. Prosecutors alleged that Combs orchestrated a network of freak-off parties, lavish, substance-fueled events where women were coerced into intimate acts. Though the most serious charges of racketeering and ex-trafficking were dropped by the jury on July 2nd, Combs was convicted on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. Federal prosecutors pushed for an 11-year sentence, citing the scale and duration of the misconduct. Combs' defense team argued for 14 months, equivalent to time served since his arrest in September 2024. They claimed the jury had rejected coercion and that the judge was overstepping by invoking it during sentencing. Legal analyst Kristen Gibbons-Featon called the verdict a sobering reminder that fame doesn't shield you from accountability. Judge Aaron Subramanian, who presided over the case, used the word coercion repeatedly during sentencing, a point of contention for Combs' lawyers, who accused him of acting as a 13th juror. Forensic psychologist Dr. Reuben Klein noted Combs' shifting demeanor throughout the trial. He started out defiant, but by the end, he was visibly broken. The weight of the evidence and the public scrutiny had clearly taken a toll. In court, Combs tearfully addressed the judge and his family. "I've been humbled and broken to my core," he said. As the sentence was read, he showed little emotion, only shaking his head when Cassie Ventura's name was mentioned, and again when the judge spoke about the impact on his children. Turning to his family, he tapped his heart and whispered, "I love you. I'm sorry. I'll be okay." Outside the courthouse, his lawyers vowed to appeal, arguing that the judge's emphasis on coercion contradicted the jury's findings. "Everything was consensual. Everything was adult," said attorney Mark Agnifilo. So what are some of the social media reactions to the verdict? Nancy Grace, the outspoken legal commentator, posted on X, "Sean Combs may have dodged the ex-trafficking charge, but 50 months is no slap on the wrist. Justice was served, and the victims were heard." Judge Greg Mathis offered a more nuanced take. "This is a tragedy on many levels. I hope Mr. Combs uses this time to reflect, heal, and make amends. But let's not forget, the survivors deserve peace too." Days after sentencing, President Donald Trump confirmed that Combs had reached out for a pardon. "I call him Puff Daddy," Trump said. "He has asked me for a pardon. He was sort of half innocent." The irony wasn't lost on the public. Combs had previously condemned Trump, calling him a white man who needs to be banished after the 2020 election. Now, facing years behind bars, he was willing to set aside past animosities. Trump appeared conflicted. "He became very hostile when I ran for office. That makes it more difficult," he said. What's next? Combs remains incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. His legal team has requested transfer to FCI Fort Dix, a low-security prison with a rug rehabilitation program. Civil suits from multiple women are still pending, and the road ahead is uncertain. In a letter to the judge, Combs wrote, "I thank God that I'm stronger, wiser, clean, clear, and sober. Whether redemption or a pardon awaits him remains to be seen." Be sure to select the next video about 27 days that shattered the world of hip-hop.